Devin White was sentenced for felony violations for Penal Code Section 71, that's threatening a school official, and Penal Code Section 22410, possession of a shuriken, for his threats against Mammoth High School earlier this year. Mono County Superior Court placed Devin White on formal probation for a period of 5 years and sentenced him to 1 year in custody to be served on house arrest with GPS ankle monitoring. White was released from the jail and will remain on house arrest until his custodial time is exhausted in October 2018. As a term of his probation, Devin White is not allowed on any kindergarten through 12 campus in the United States. Further, his GPS monitor has specific parameters set up that will notify law enforcement automatically if he enters on any of the 3 school campuses in Mammoth Lakes or in areas where he is prohibited. As a convicted felon, Devin White is prohibited from possessing firearms or may not live in a house where he has access to firearms. Finally, per White's probation terms, he will need to complete 100 hours of community service once released from house arrest and attend psychological counseling. As a part of that counseling, White will undergo another evaluation where a licensed treating psychologist and/or psychiatrist will outline a course of treatment for him. This evaluation will be addressed when White is due back in court on October 22nd. All right, we're going to update the Lyons fire and other wildfires and smoky conditions here in the eastern Sierra. Let's start off with the Lyons fire. At last report today, estimated 6,530 acres, 60% contained. However, showed over 1,000 acres of growth on Wednesday, 1,074. Fire activity remains on the western flank where the fire moved into heavier fuels and has spread upslope along the Cargyle Creek drainage on the Sierra National Forest. Crews continue burning operations along the northeast flank of the fire. That's south of Fern Lake. This is to strengthen the control line and improve a buffer to keep the main fire from spotting into King Creek and further protecting Devil's Postpile National Monument, Reds Meadow, and the town of Mammoth Lakes. Along the western flank, crews continue to clear trail networks and tie them into rock barriers for new containment lines. Helicopters are supporting them by cooling the fire's edge with water drops. At last report, Lyons fire, 116 personnel, 6 crews, 4 helicopters. Resources continue to arrive, including the Inyo Hotshots and Del Rosa Hotshots. Warm and dry conditions remain in the forecast, potential for continued thunderstorms for the next several days. Reds Meadow Road and all services in the Reds Meadow Valley, including Devil's Postpile National Monument and Rainbow Falls, remain open. Now, both the Owens fire and the Hot Creek fire remain at 80% containment. Owens fire, 312 acres. Hot Creek fire, 436 acres. Owens fire, located along Owens River Road, east of Highway 395 in the June Lake area. Hot Creek fire, burning near Hot Creek, east of the Mammoth Yosemite Airport. This fire has been determined to be on Bureau of Land Management land, as well as Bishop Field Office for the Bishop Field Office and Inyo National Forest. Both of those fires have been determined to be lightning caused. Fire activity on both fires is minimal. Both fires have dozer and hand line completed around them. Road closures and evacuations were expected to be lifted today, August 2nd at 6 p.m. Well, Yosemite Valley has been temporarily closed since July 25th due to smoke impacts and for firefighting operations along El Portal Road and the Wawana Road due to the Ferguson fire. The Big Oak Flat Road, that's Highway 120 West to Crane Flat, as well as Tioga Road, Highway 120 East from Crane Flat to Tioga Pass, remain open to all visitors and vehicles. Visitors are advised to drive with caution as smoke impacts may vary. All trails and campgrounds along Tioga Road, including Tuolumne Meadows Campground, remain open. All visitor services along Tioga Road, including the High Sierra Camps and visitor services near Tuolumne Meadows, remain open. At last report, the Ferguson fire, 68,810 acres, 39% containment, full containment expected August 15th. 3,300 44 personnel at last report working that Ferguson fire. That's in the Merced River Canyon west of Yosemite National Park. And smoke advisories from the Great Basin Unified Air Pollution Control District. You were in the Eastern Sierra, you know how bad it was, especially today. Stage 2 health advisories were issued for Mono County, Bishop, and other parts of Inyo County today. Now, a Stage 2 health advisory recommends everyone refrain from strenuous outdoor activities in the impacted areas. Health advisories, information on the web at the Great Basin Unified Air Pollution Control District website, gbuapced.org. Fire information available on the InsaWeb website. The Mono County Health Department also issued a press release on living with smoke. We have that information as well as everything else that we've gotten today posted on our website, sierrawave.net, including a state fire summary from CAL FIRE. We'll keep Long Valley green. That's what Mammoth Lakes Recreation wants to do, and press release says it's going to battle the opponent, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Now, this past March, folks may remember the agency notified leaseholders in Long and Little Round valleys that it would be eliminating their irrigation allotments. Historically, leaseholders have been allotted up to 5 acre-feet annually for irrigation. Now, that is per acre. Now, the leaseholders who rely on the water to irrigate pasture land also play a key role in maintaining wetland habitat, which in turn supports a vibrant ecosystem, including breeding grounds or brooding grounds for the bi-state sage grouse, a California species of special concern. That press release from Mammoth Lakes Recreation also notes that Long Valley also supports a variety of outdoor recreation, most notably 2 world-class fisheries, Hot Creek and the Upper Owens River. Local fishing guides and tackle shop owners have expressed concern over how the loss of wetland habitat will affect the fishing resources in the area. Now, says Matt McLean, executive director for Mammoth Lakes Recreation, quote, "There simply hasn't been enough studies conducted as to how dewatering the wetlands will impact the landscape. At the very least, an environmental impact report should be completed before LADWP are allowed to take such a drastic step," end quote. More information on Mammoth Lakes Recreation's Keep Long Valley Green campaign, go to the website, mammoth-lakes-recreation.org. Friends of the Inyo asking the public to attend next week's Mono County Board of Supervisors meeting, Tuesday, August 7th. That'll be at Bridgeport at the courthouse to express thoughts and concerns. Those full press releases posted on our website, sierrawave.net. Well, Deb Murphy filed this report for Sierra Wave Media. Members of 9 Eastern Sierra law enforcement agencies gathered for a 2-day course in active shooter training at Mammoth Middle School this week, something law enforcement has to be prepared for while hoping the training never has to be used. Now, the agencies included the California Highway Patrol, Mammoth Lakes Police Department, Mono County Sheriff's Department, a couple of Bishop Police Department officers, and who missed Inyo County's training earlier this year, and Department of Fish and Game wardens, as well as area paramedics. Now, the protocols have changed since Columbine nearly 20 years ago. According to CHP Sergeant Brad DeGauss, responders secured the perimeter of the Littleton, Colorado High School and waited for SWAT teams to enter the building. That doesn't happen anymore. Now we go in and move to the sound of gunfire, DeGauss said. He was stationed near Ridgecrest in 2007 and responded to an active shooter at Ridgecrest Medical Plaza. That was the same year the CHP started its training program. Multi-agency training is a necessity in rural areas. The responders will probably at least know of each other, but joint training exercises put them all on the same page. The officers know the same tactics and follow the same protocols. They learn to move together. Now, Wednesday morning's session was an example. The exercise involved teams clearing simulated rooms roped off in the school's gymnasium. Instructors, mostly with military special forces training, talked the officers through the initial run-through. After an hour, the teams moved in sync. Now, the only glitch was the transition to a simulated medical emergency initiated by shots fired. Participants were all shot in the leg and had to apply tourniquets, and according to the training officer, they all would have been in serious trouble otherwise. Deb's story posted on our website, and we thank Deb Murphy for that. National Night Out coming up Tuesday, August 7th. Press release notes over 38 million people from across 16,000 communities around the United States of America for National Night Out, an annual community building campaign that promotes police-community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. Together, we are making that happen, the press release notes. National Night Out is a crime and drug prevention event that is sponsored nationally by the National Association of Town Watch, co-sponsored locally by the Bishop Police Department. National Night Out will take place in Bishop Tuesday, August 7th on Warren Street, 6 to 8 p.m. Public, everybody's invited to get out there, get to know your neighbors, community block party. They're going to have law enforcement and fire department displays, breast cancer awareness patch fundraiser by the key partners, Wives Behind the Patch Group, a 911 for Kids phone booth, and a lot more. More information or be a part of the event, contact the coordinator. She's very nice, Molly Lawrence, at the Bishop Police Department, 760-873-5866. We'll be back with more news.